Hello, my dear students. I hope you are all fine. Today we have an asynchronous lesson. It's a grammar lesson. It's about the reported speech. How can you report someone's speech? We use the reported speech to report what another person has said, but not using the speaker's exact words. So we don't use the same words, the exact words that the speaker says. The structure is a little different depending on whether we want to transform a statement, a question, or a request. Today we are going to deal with the statements, how to report a statement. We have to be careful while we report someone's speech. You know that we use the quotation marks when someone's speech, we put his speech in quotation marks. But when we report this speech, we omit this quotation mark. So the first to be careful is that quotation marks are not used in reported speech. We don't use the quotation marks. The second is that the verb tenses or the pronoun and some time and place words may change because the time, place, and the speaker may be different. So we sometimes change the tenses and the pronouns and some time and place words. We are going to see examples about this. We should also be careful about that sometimes the reporting verb may be in the present or in the past. I will give you an example. Sometimes when we report someone's speech, we started with the verb he says. This statement in the present, he says. But sometimes we report it by he said. He said in the past. Now, what is the rule here? If it is in the present tense, there are no tense chains. So if we report it with the present tense, like when we say he says, we will not change the tense. But if it is in the past tense, there are tense, person, and place changes. So if we started with he said, we have to change the tense. And sometimes we change the pronouns. We will have more examples later on. Let's see the first example. Peter said. This is what Peter said. It is in quotation marks. He says, I haven't done my homework. I haven't done my homework. What is the tense in this sentence? Yes, it's the present perfect. Look how we can report Peter's speech. Let's see. We say that Peter said he hadn't done his homework. Okay, what were the changes here? Yes, very good. We omit the quotation marks. In the second sentence, we don't have quotation marks because we reported the sentence. So we omitted the quotation marks. What else? Yes, Peter's speech was in the present perfect. But when we reported it, we used the past perfect tense. So we changed the tense. What else we have changed? Yes, we changed the pronouns. Peter says, I haven't done my homework. I. But when we reported what Peter said, we say that he instead of I. He hadn't done his homework, his instead of my homework, because he was talking about himself, but now we report what he had said. We say that he hadn't done his homework. So please note the verb tense changed. Look at the second reported speech. Peter says, I haven't done my homework. Peter says. So here we use the present tense to report what someone's had spoken. Peter says he hasn't done his homework. So there is no tense change here in this sentence because we used a present verb. He says, or Peter says. So this is a present verb. We reported the sentence with the present verb, so we didn't change the tense. Let's see what are the verb tense changes. We have direct speech and reported speech. When the direct speech in the present simple, the reported speech will be in past simple. So the present simple will be past simple. Past simple will be past perfect. Present continuous will be past continuous. Present perfect, past perfect. Future, well, it will be would. Modal verbs like can, may, must would be could, might, had to. Let's revise them again. The present simple. Paula said, I want to be a teacher. This is present. But when we report this direct speech, in the reported speech we say that Paula said that he wanted to be a teacher. The present continuous is our ing. It will be past perfect was were ing. I'm going to the cinema. We reported, we say that she was going to the cinema. Past simple, we say that the past simple will be past perfect. Paula, I worked in the Algate last year. Paula say that she had worked in Algate the previous year. The present perfect will be past perfect. I have studied French. Paula say that she had studied French. Future, will, would. Paula said, I will go to Australia someday. Paula say that she would go to Australia one day. The modal verbs can, could, may, might, must, had to. Let's see some examples. The boss said, you can do this job, Sarah. We report this. The boss said that Sarah could do that job. Peter said Susan may go to the university. We reported. Peter said that Susan might go to the university. Peter said I must find a job. We reported. Peter said that he had to find a job. So these are the verb tense changes we have to note while we report someone's speech. I told you before that we sometimes change the time and the place. Here we have some examples about the direct speech time and place and how we report these time and place. What are the changes that happen to the time and the place? Let's see some examples. Like if we have in the direct speech, a month ago, we will report it to a month before. Today, in the reported, that day. Tonight, that night. These days, those days. Yesterday, the day before. Now, then. Last month, previous month. Last year, previous year. last week, previous week. Or sometimes we say last month, the month before. Next month, the following month. Tomorrow, the next day, or the following day. Here, there. So these are some of the time and place changes. We have more we are going to discuss. Let's see what happens to the possessive pronouns. Possessive changes. If we have direct speech, I or you. In the reported speech, she or he. If he is a boy, he. If he is a girl, she. So this is the subject I or you. The subject we or you, they will be they. Me in the object, me, him or her, the same as you. Us and you in the object, they will be them, because we are talking about the plural. Them, not one person. The singular, him or her. The plural, them. Now we come to possessive pronouns. Determiners. My. If you want to report my brothers, it will be his brothers or her brothers. So my, your, his, her. Mine, yours, it will be his, hers. The direct our, your, it will be their. The direct ours, yours, it will be theirs. Demonstrative pronouns. This, it will be that. This week, that week. This month, that month. These, those. These books, those books. Let's see how we change the possessives. Here we have some statements that we are going to report. Pocky, you are my best friend. You are always there for me. You give me hugs when I need them. How can we use say and tell? What is the difference between say and tell? Garfield said that Pocky was his best friend. Let's read the direct speech. Pocky, you are my best friend. You are. So this is present simple. We are going to change to past simple. Garfield say that Pocky was his best friend. Was. So this is the past simple. Now this is when we use the verb said. Sometimes we use the verb told. So Garfield told Pocky that he was his best friend. Garfield told Pocky that he was his best friend. Told. With tell we need an object. So after tell we need to put an object like me, you, her. But when we use say, we cannot use the object me. We cannot say he says me or he said me. But he told me. He told her. He told you. He told them. I accidentally glued a piece of paper to my face. I accidentally glued. Glued. What is the tense in this sentence? Yes, it's past simple. So when we want to report this direct speech, we will use the past perfect. Let's see the reported sentence for this direct speech. John said that he had accidentally glued a piece of paper to his face. So we used the past perfect. Had glued. Had and the past participle of the verb glue. Glued. Let's see this example. You know, Garfield, some bits are actually entertaining. Really? Hey, where can we get some of those? So let's see the sentence, the direct speech. Some bits are actually entertaining. What is the tense here? Some bits are. So this is present simple. Let's see how we report this. John said that some bits were actually entertaining. Were. John told Garfield that some bits were actually entertaining. Notes the difference between said and told. In said, we don't need an object. John said, and we put what did John say. But John told, we need to put him, her, them, you, or we sometimes write the name like Garfield. John told Garfield that some pets were actually entertaining. Were actually, this is the past, because the direct speech was in the present. Present simple and the report speech past simple. Let's see this example. Here we have the direct speech. John is talking to Garfield. He says that sometimes I feel like everybody hates me. Garfield says, that's not true, John. Not everybody knows you. Let's report this speech. The first one, sometimes I feel like everybody hates me. John said that sometimes he felt like everybody hated him. So what we changed? I to he, because he is a boy. He felt, it's the past of feel, felt like somebody hated him instead of me. Him, because we are talking about John. Him. Let's read the direct speech. I forget to make a backup copy of my brain, so everything I learned last semester was lost. I forgot. So this is past simple. We want to report this sentence or this statement. So let's remember the rule. The past simple in the report speech will be past perfect. He said that he had forgotten to make a backup copy of his brain, so everything he had learned the previous semester was lost. So here we have many changes in the reported speech. The first one is the change of the past simple to past perfect. I forgot to had forgotten, and learned to had learned. And we changed I, the pronoun I, to become he. He had forgotten, he had learned. And we changed the time. Last semester, previous semester. Last, previous in the reported speech. Let's read this direct speech. Algebra class will be important to you later in life because there is going to be a test 6 weeks from now. So here we have will in the direct speech. It will be would in the reported speech. Let's read the reported speech first. The teacher said that algebra class would be important for me or for him later in life because there was going to be a test 6 weeks from then. So what were the changes in the direct speech? When we report this statement, we changed will to would. Will, would. We also changed is going to, was going to. Is going to, was going to. and we also change you to him or me. And finally we change now, the time now, to then. Then. Let's practice. This is the speech, the direct speech. She said, I went to the cinema yesterday. What do you think? How can we report this sentence? Yes, very good. This sentence in the past simple, so we are going to report it and use the past perfect. She said that, because she, we are going to use, because she is a girl, she had gone to the cinema the day before. She had gone to the cinema the day before, or the previous day. The second sentence, the direct speech here in the present continuous. I'm writing a letter. And the speaker is Tom. So he was writing a letter. He was writing a letter. Very good. I'm very tired. Present simple. And because if the matter is a girl, so that she was very tired. She was very tired. Let's see Karen. Karen say that I'm having a bath. I'm having a bath. So this is a present continuous. When we report this, it will be past continuous. I'm having, was having. Karen, she's a girl, so Karen said that she was having a bath. She was having a bath. The second one about Tom. Tom said, I bought a car yesterday. I bought. Past simple. Yesterday. The time here we want to change. Yes. Let's practice. Who can answer? Yes. The past simple will be past perfect. So Tom said that he had bought a car the previous day or the day before. He had bought a car the previous day. Now Peter said, I have already read this book. I have already read this book. This is the past or the present perfect. So when we report it, it will be past perfect. Peter said that he had already read that book. This, that. He had or she had already read that book. Peter, that he had, not she, he had already read that book. And the last sentence, he said that I see the children every Friday. I see. Present simple. So we will change it to past simple. He said that he saw the children. He saw the children every Friday. See, present simple. So past simple. Laura said, my cousins have visited Paris. Laura is a girl. So Laura said that her cousins, had visited Paris. Why? Because here, present perfect, we reported in the past perfect. Laura said that her cousins had visited Paris. The journalist said, I'm preparing my speech. I'm preparing, present continuous. It will be past continuous. The journalist said that he was preparing his speech. He was preparing his speech. Or she was preparing her speech. Harry said the train will leave in 15 minutes. Harry said that the train will leave in 15 minutes. We report this. We say that the train would leave in 15 minutes. The last sentence. John said, I forgot my suitcase at home last week. I forgot. Past simple. It will be past perfect. John. So we say he. He had forgotten his suitcase at home the previous week. John said that he had forgotten his suitcase at home the previous week. Thank you, my dear students. I hope you had learned the rule, and I hope you the best. See you the next time.